Hi, everybody. Welcome to Now TV, aka I Am Just Jen YouTube channel, CEO and president of Future Productions, and the writer of many beautiful things and a vocal investor. Uh, I am here stuck at the Toronto International Airport for 3 days because my plane doesn't leave to go back to Vancouver till Tuesday morning. And I was in tears before making this video, so I realized I have to make this video because enough is enough. Many of us invested in Vocal, that use Vocal as writers, like myself, and others that just believe in the program and the company that Jeremy Frommer is working on building. And it is hurting our lives when deadlines are not met for releasing funds for people, which put me in the situation I'm now in making this video, and why I gave you guys all of that information in my description. I'm sorry. One of the bad things that's happened on my trip to Toronto and supporting my daughter is that I lost my Seattle hat. And I love that hat, so I've got hat head. And that hat was bought when I took her on a trip to Seattle for the Christmas they came to visit, and our, mutual birthdays close together. So I've lost that. And I lost my swimming paddles, which I loved. Now I don't know if I can find those and replace them. And I lost the eyeglass case to my glasses. Now I don't lose things. Like, I'm a perfectionist, OCD, everything's organized, trips ready to go. I leave and come back with all the same things. So that tells you that if I'm making mistakes and missing stuff, and I just lost it on the way here, that tells you I'm like frazzled. So I'm making this video because I'm appealing to everybody that I'm needing help to pay my bills for when I get back. Because of what happened with the zip car rental, the disaster of all the money they took. They just sucked off to my card and didn't even ask, and it wasn't authorized. So I've had to cancel the card, so I have no access to that card. The new card's being mailed, and everything I dispute has to go through and be refunded to the card in the meantime. And I have a renter in my sublet in Gatineau, Quebec, who's in Germany. And for 2 weeks now, he's been telling me he can't reach his connector or he'll be back soon, and he hasn't come back. And there's a sky-high utility bill on that place because he won't pay his proper portion of the full rent that was agreed to and is still in the advertisement that I have posted. And I can't put his stuff out because I can't even go there to put his stuff outside, clean it up, and then re-rent it, and he can just come and get his stuff because I can't go there. I don't have any more ability to do so because the funds that I've invested in that should have been paid out from Vocal after the audit, which should have ended last month, has yet to be paid out to me. So now I'm trying to appeal to anybody that can make a difference in helping me get through that time until that money comes. Jeremy says that it should be any day now, that the auditors cannot hold back much longer, and that they're in the final stages. Now, from what I know, in the U.S., they can do a hold. They can delay an audit by about a month, but they're not legally supposed to be allowed to go past that. And they're already some days past that month deadline. And so I'm going to try and reach out to him as well to see if I can access money that I'm actually owed. Like even the renter, like the utility bill, he had his cousin over and he didn't ask me. He didn't have my permission. Then he took off to Germany, and I didn't know. He didn't tell me. I had no idea he even had enough money to go to Germany, because he's from Nigeria and he's a student doing international law. And I gave him the grace of being allowed to be in the apartment, to be alone. So I didn't rent the other room. So I was covering his butt by paying utility and not actually making any profit off the renter because he's an international student. So there's a limit to kindness from Canadians where a person's going too far, passing the buck. I'm trying to pull those heartstrings to use up as much as they can of other people. So in the end, it turned out he had way more money and a way bigger credit card line and ability to do more than he was making out or giving the impression of. So that's taking advantage of people in ways that they shouldn't be. And like, if you're going to come here to do that, maybe you shouldn't come here. Maybe he's being stranded in Germany is a good thing. Maybe he runs out of money there. At any rate, I have emailed him, gave him the breakdown of all the bills, all the payments I made, and that I am busted, flat out, cannot do a thing more. And they've called me twice now and said, like, if something doesn't get paid, it's going to get cut. And I told him in the email, if he doesn't pay the utility bill, that he allowed his cousin to sit there while he was gone, to rack up listening to music and having neighbors complain that his music was on at 8 o'clock in the morning and just blasting out the window until the landlords of the actual property went there to find out that it wasn't a squatter, but it was family staying there while he was out of country. And then he apologizes profusely. Well, you should have the common sense to know not to play music that early in the morning when the guy upstairs lives and works out of the apartment upstairs, and that there's family people that live in the community around there before somebody complains to them directly and go, oh, I'm sorry about that. So that's another issue there. I told the renter, your cousin has to pay you money to pay me to pay towards that utility bill. To tell his cousin to leave, which he has now, is not enough when his cousin's the reason that it jacked up. I had everything at a good level, and working with the renter, we could have been fine. But because of that detail, I didn't find out about until the owners of the building went there to find out what was going on. Did I find out when I got the new bill how big it had gotten, because he was in there, hot water, cooking, TV, music, all of that, right? Because it's all in one bill in Quebec. Whew. He jacked it up in 5 months, what I paid in a whole year, like to show you control of what it should be every few months when it comes in. And so all of that time I had been doing that to keep everything paid properly, he killed it in just a short period of time and made that match to match. So he writes me back, the renter, saying, I'll be back Tuesday this week, right? Again, he tried saying that before. He's having trouble connecting. He was worried he's going to get stuck in the UK. And the thing is, his financial life and his personal life are not my problem, right? We're not friends. We're not family. There's nothing personal there. I'm just renting a room to him, and the original ad and the deal was $650 including utility, because I used part of the renter's money to keep the bills paid on the property, so I can actually maybe make some money off of this. So sitting here without money, making this video, knowing I have investment to be making money from, and not having that money is absolutely absurd. Like, it's gone too far with what's happening. So at a higher level somewhere in all of this system, we need to rethink what we're doing. When people are coming in every day on airplanes from other places, we need to maybe look at what Americans are doing when we're like, okay, yeah, no, and sending the planes back, because it's gone too far when you can't even take care of yourself in a place you are from. And your life is getting rocked because of other people trying to constantly play on that kindness. And then when it comes to auditors, American auditors, where they're always looking for something dishonest, something criminal, something bad. There's got to be a string. There's got to be an attachment. There's got to be a mistake. They got to be doing something wrong. It can't be this true or this good. The idea that good people exist in the world, honest people exist in the world, we don't actually do anything wrong and cause any harm, is like impossible, too good to be true. Well, that's just absurd. Sometimes it just really is what it is. There are just good people being honest, working hard, doing what they're doing, and have every right to enjoy the financial freedom and the success they have, the rights in the monies that they've invested in, by having that fund paid out to them on time for the pleasure of doing things the right way for those reasons. So I'm hoping that enough people will watch this and help me, so that when I get back there, that I'll be able to break even with everything that needs to be covered, and maybe make an appeal somehow that Vocal will find a way to give money to people that have invested in them that is now a month overdue, to at least make amends to get by while they work out what's going on with their auditors, with their buy-in or partnership with whatever's going on their side, because that has nothing to do with the investors on this side, at least for me in this country. So I'm going to try and email him as well. But Jeremy, if you're seeing this, I really hope that somehow something can be done to show how much it affects the lives of people that believe in Vocal and trust in you, that are hurting your reputation and hurting Vocal and what we're trying to do, when we're putting our faith in you and they're doing this to you and you have no way of doing anything about it. You just take the hit, and that also falls down on us, because you can't give everybody money out of your personal pocket, out of your personal savings, because then you would have none as well. But I'm just one person in Canada, and I don't think you have a lot of people in this country that have supported Vocal or invested yet. That's where I come in, because that's my goal. was to work towards connecting it with Future Productions and building a bigger vocal platform in this country. But to do that, I need to get to a place where I can then go ahead and start doing that. And that starts with us becoming better connected, knowing each other more, and doing more for each other. So I will reach out to you. I will share this video with whoever, and maybe it'll even reach you. And somehow things for me can get better over the next few days quickly while that problem is solved, because this is not my fault. Right? I haven't made any mistakes or done anything wrong, and I shouldn't be carrying the weight or the burden because of other people being the kind of people that want to be seedy or think that we're being seedy or being dishonest, or that there's got to be some way we can slow it down or stop it or hold it back or freeze it or, affect the success of good people's lives, like myself and like yourself. So, yeah, in the description below, I literally listed all the bills, all the money that I'm needing, and I'm like needing ASAP so that I can cover everything I need for right now while I wait for my card to come again and then reactivate it and see how much money I get back from the Zipcar rental disaster, which is also a video I've already made that everybody can see on the YouTube channel. This is not the way I wanted to talk about the end of my holiday with my daughter. I did accomplish everything in supporting her. All of that video footage got done. All of those pictures were done. So keeping that memory for her has worked out. But I had some hardships where I was staying with my guests because of mental health and other issues with that person and their life, with ongoing need for their medical care. And it just took me to the tilt. But I couldn't be in that environment or under those circumstances where it's just constantly going. I'm used to, routine and regular life, quiet, going to work, gym, doing my Bible thing, and, taking long walks and listening to music and playing my flute and whatever. And it's so not like that in her life. And it's fine. That's her life. But it's not my life. So I have had to extract myself early, and I've chosen to come to the airport for my sanity's sake, for my emotional well-being. Same thing with going to my mom's place in Burlington. I'm just all tapped out, and I'm not spending any more money, at least not what's left of what I have, to go there for a time there, because also there's a hygiene and an animal issue in her place, which doesn't fit my standards as well. And it's like I bend over backwards all the time for everybody that I think needs it or that I can give it to. But when the shit hits the fan, when it busts for me, no one's there. Like when I said, you guys can come here to see me off so that the time keep of this trip for me is also held for me. So there's pictures and videos of goodbyes. And there's nobody here, right? And I don't know if anybody will show up. Last time I showed up and there were supposed to be people here when I arrived, nobody was here. And so it makes you like, why am I doing this? Right? I need to stop. So that's where I'm like, at this point, I'm stopping. No. So I came here for that reprieve, and I will stay here, share this, try to get a hold of Jeremy, see if we can figure out how to fix it, and then I can get money that is actually mine, that I have earned, that I am owed, so I can get back on track and get back to Vancouver and get my sanity back and get my life going back to normal, moving forward with my new publications for the books that are coming up, for my poetry performances coming up, for the restoration of my Superwoman van with Rust Brothers. Come hell or high water, they are going to be the ones to restore the Superwoman van. And we're going to share our YouTube channels. And what else am I missing? Oh, yeah, my first 2-hour play, my production of a black box theater, probably of A Bottle of Merlot and a First Date, which you can also find on my vocal page. But in the description below today, all I did was just give my crisis, the bills, and the e-transfers where people can help support, cover my butt while people fix what's going on in their world, causing me this grief, to which I've done nothing wrong, putting me in this situation. So peace out. I love Vancouver. I am coming home. I'm so glad I was born in British Columbia. If I didn't have a place to go to, and the people there that do take care of me, who don't treat me like I get treated when I come here, I'm grateful for that. Otherwise, I don't know where I'd go, like to the moon or live out at sea. But yeah, so this is my prayer to you, my request for support and hoping things get better. You can email me at those same places that you can e-transfer to. But that's it. That's my piece for today at the airport. I'm just gonna sit and meditate and zen, and drink my diet Pepsi, and munch away at the little bits of food I have for the next couple of days, so I have enough to get on the airplane Tuesday morning at 7. Peace out. This is Superwoman from the Toronto International Airport again, alone, sleeping over here till I leave. I didn't even get to go see the Superwoman van. I really couldn't bring myself to. So that's a whole other chapter, which Rush Brothers have the keys for. So I'll let them do that part of the chapter. And I will close here. Bye for now, guys. Thank you very much. Peace out.